What got me started farming was I was young. My dad was farming and working with my godfather, Larry Plagree, and I started working for him at a young age. As a kid, always been around it and fell in love with it. It was everything I wanted to do was farm. I used to play farmer in the backyard with my little trucks and tractors, and that's all I ever wanted to do was farm. And I got started on my own doing commercial work in my early 20s and kind of took off from there. The reason why I chose to farm rice in the Delta was corn price has really been going down. And some of this Delta ground, all we can do is put corn after corn after corn. It's been corn for years. And it's nice to have a little rotation, and it gives us a chance to level the ground and put nutrients back in the ground. And it also helps with the subsidence. This will be my 6th year growing rice. And I'm starting to do some rotation on it. And this will be the first year I really get to see some comebacks from the corn ground resting, planting from growing rice. And it'll be its first year back to corn on some of it, and it'll be interesting to see how much the yields go up. The Delta is special to me. It's a unique place. It is really, really interesting how the soils out here, the peatland, a lot of people don't know the peatland can catch on fire. It catches on fire. It's just a unique place, and it's great having the bodies of water around us and the way we irrigate and do things out here, and the way the ground moves out here. It's an interesting place. I wouldn't say a lot of changes in the land has happened over the years, other than some of the subsidence type things. We're building the levees higher out here. Not much has changed as far as that part, you know. One of the reasons why rice is better than the other options is the price is there. You can make a little bit of money on it. It's good. It really fits in well with the peat soil thing and stopping the subsidence, and it really helps the ground. I really noticed that it helps the ground, keeping it underwater all summer long like that. It pushes all the bad stuff, the alkali, the salts. It really cleans up the ground a lot. I've noticed that. Areas that I couldn't grow anything before, where I couldn't get 1.5 tons corn crop, I'm getting 70, 80 sacks of rice on that. And in the good ground, or rice ground, I'm getting 100 sometimes. My advice for the guys to swap to rice farming is, it's a little scary at first once you think about it, but it's actually a really easy crop to grow. It really is. Once you get your structures and get everything in, it is really a nice crop to grow. I really enjoy it. It's really great for the waterfowl. It helps a lot of situations. It definitely helps us giving the corn ground a rest and potentially up our yields. So in the spring months and summer months, when the rice is about, I'd say, over the water, obviously, growing out of the water, it's amazing seeing all the little baby ducks that really help. They have cover from coyotes and all that stuff, and you see a lot of waterfowl running in and out of the rice on the edges and everything. I see a lot more nesting, I think. I've seen more ducks having the rice around than I have not. Before the rice was here, definitely I see more ducks. The most challenging aspect of farming right now is the costs. Everything is so high right now. Fertilizers, fuels, tractor parts, just everything is it's insane how expensive that stuff is. We just got to try to keep getting our yields up and make sure we get enough money for our crops. The most satisfying aspect of farming is hitting a really big crop. And me, I like everything clean, so I try to keep everything nice and clean, and the fields look beautiful. And it's really satisfying to sit back and look at that. And at the end of the day, when you're done harvesting, all that hard work pays off. So a typical day of rice harvesting for me, guys are getting the machines ready, servicing, blowing, making sure everything's serviced up. hopefully we get our trucks and everything in line. Our trucks are here on time and our harvesters are running good, and we can get out our loads and run as long as we can and get all the rice out. As far as consistent profits on rice is, I think it is much better than a lot of the other alternative crops out there. It really is. It's been good. The last few years I've been growing it, I've been growing 5-6 years. It's been really, really good. It's my main two crop right now, main to go to. So the amount of acres that I farm right now, we are right at about, we bounce back and forth about 800 to 1,000 acres of rice, and we plan to keep going up with our acres and keep converting more corn ground over into rice and keep a good rotation going. So out of the 1,000 acres, we have 130 acres of organic rice, and that's worked out really well for us also. So the trickiest thing about farming organic rice versus conventional is your pesticides, your chemicals. You can't use any of that. Some of the stuff that they have now for organic has actually worked pretty good for us. And it's really, so far, it's been pretty clean. I've had my challenges with organic stuff in the past, and so far the organic rice has been the easiest. Words of encouragement for younger farmers coming up is stay focused, stay positive. It is a challenge. It definitely has its moments that not all years are good years, and so when we have the good ones, it's really satisfying.